hot in here. I'm so out of shape. Playing time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wait. Okay. Hey, just like football, switch sides. Just like football, switch sides. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why? Ah! Oh, we're back! 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time, Rob?
Over there. Batman and Robin?
Oh, okay. Ready. Go.
Go.
8 p.m. Same bad channel, same bad time. YMCA. YMCA. CA. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woohoo!
There's a place very far from this world, and the only way you can get there is through music. Remember, only music can set you free and fill you with energy to life. Be prepared for a new music transformation. And in a moment, you will be transported to this place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen,
You want to just go through like a spiel.
Test. 1, 2.
Test. Oh, yeah, okay, I see. We're supposed to be. I didn't see any of that. Shoot.
That's okay. Alright, Joel. Can you speak in here?
Those are cool tats, man. you got something that you just read that you really liked, let's hear about it. Like I said, I obviously read Matt Best's book. That was a decent book to read. I just retired from the military, so I am not interested in like military history and stuff like that right now. I'm looking for something else, something that will catch my eye. I read all of the Game of Thrones books. Those are pretty darn good. What other series have I read that I liked?
And remember, everybody, I just want to throw this out there. So we had somebody that said, "Hey, your sound it's not working," and we figured out we figured out why. It's I every once in a while I have to like mute the sound and stuff. So you gotta check and make sure, Rob, that everything's set.
I'm learning how to push all the buttons.
Yes, he's learning all the buttons.
And by learning, I mean I'm watching him push the buttons and hope I don't ever have to push the buttons.
But the great thing about it, and so my birthday is coming up, and
Blatant
I
plug.
thought
I'm
about
a huge
it,
fan.
and I talked to
Presents can be
Stokely.
mailed to Rob at HTrain Show.
Well, it might not be because right now people can nominate shows, and
what?
when they not, so you don't know what this is going on. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase it and kind of explain it to you. All right,
Hit me.
we have six
Tell them.
veteran DJs on this station, and out of the six, they have their own show or they participate in a show. Well, it doesn't look right for me to, put votes to my show. So anybody that votes for the HTrain show is voting for Rob.
That's what was going on this weekend.
Yes, and
Max is crushing us.
yeah, because he wants the money.
There's money?
There's money.
I like money, folks.
Yeah,
I wish I
there's
had more
money.
of it.
There's money. Yeah, because you get the whole studio. You get you and your family flown out. You get to meet the
Flown
team.
out to here?
Well,
You fly me to Denver?
it's either here or we fly you out to where Manning and them is, because that's the thing. You get an autographed football signed by Manning and Stokely. You get to eat lunch and talk with them, maybe even play a game of golf. I don't know yet.
What?
Yes.
Man, that's
I tried to explain this to you guys.
so.
You guys aren't taking it serious.
So I didn't know what we were talking about. I saw that.
You
I
didn't put two and two together. Wow, Max is like really crushing this.
I was on a lot of drugs this weekend. I hurt myself. A lot of drugs. Don't do jujitsu, folks. It hurts.
Well, anyways, if you want to nominate a veteran, a show, go over there to the MBR page, nominate. I even tagged Rob on your page. Say, hey, let's nominate this guy. And
I thought
3
that was the
hours
Nielsen
later, you
ratings.
get 4 votes. So,
So, Sandy's, like the whole Make-A-Wish thing?
yeah,
Sandy's Make-A-Wish, if anything
Okay.
ever happens,
yeah,
she wants to go to a barbecue at the Manning's house.
okay.
She loves Archie, Peyton, what's his
We
brother's
could probably
name?
make that happen,
What's his
but
brother's name? The New York Giant?
Eli,
Eli. She thinks they're hysterical.
we could probably make that happen,
All right.
but you have to get votes.
All right, I can do that.
And right now, you're sucking butt.
So, and I hate to do this. If you haven't listened to Moon's show, her show is awesome, folks. You have got
Yeah.
to listen. I know it's easy for me to self-promote because, look at me. But, Moon's show, what is it, Midnight with Moon?
Midnight with Moon.
What an awesome radio program, folks. You should definitely listen to it. And, Max, we're coming for you, dog. So, it's going to happen.
I just find it funny because everybody's like, "Is there issues with the poll thing?" And I'm like, "No."
I was tracking some of that conversation going on.
I'm like, "No," and I even shared how to like revote and stuff for yourself. And yeah, dude, he's like I think last time I checked, he was at like 200 votes.
Oh, we're going to fix that.
He wants this bad.
We're
He
gonna
wants
fix
this
that.
bad. And that's good because the winner gets a DJ trophy, the show of the month.
Okay, cool.
But my thing was, I wanted to do something for my birthday for my intern for the Veterans for the radio station.
What a guy.
So people started donating to MBR, and then we'll take that money, and then we'll put them in a hotel. We'll fly them in. They'll meet the team. They'll be able to do a tour around the school.
Where can both of our current listeners find this poll?
They can go on the HTrain show page.
On the
They-
website, mbradio.us.
Facebook page, MBR, and then they can go on the HTrain show Facebook page, and you'll see it. it's right out there. I'll show it to you
Reed,
again.
I know you're sitting there in the middle of a really crappy place right now, but you have access to a cell phone because you're sending me text message. Go. Hook a brother up, man. I got your T-shirt. Oh, my phone is blowing up right now. Let me turn this thing down.
Phone is blowing
God.
up.
My people are texting me. Thanks, folks. That doesn't help me. Go vote. That's the most unprofessional thing you can do in radio is leave your phone volume up when you're on.
Right, I was gonna say I turned mine on silent.
What a huge jerk I am right
and that's the reason why Amanda's like, hey, the sound is they can't hear you. Or sound is blah 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 blah. So
and I'm just texting with the person we're interviewing in a little while. So.
okay. So that's a good thing. Also, a neat thing is that I went to the website and I made it so that not only me but anybody that does MBR they can stream, and it'll stream right on the website, the MBR website.
I don't know if you're allowed to say this on live radio. I'm probably gonna get caught by the FCC, but that's badass.
Yeah, I thought so.
If it's FCC, if you're listening, I think that one was warranted.
Yeah.
Because that is pretty badass.
But
I do like Me the Mannings. They're funny people. Their commercials crack me up to no end. So yeah, and I love the Broncos. So
they're real. They're very real.
The Broncos are real.
Well, Manning is real. Stokely is real.
Yes,
he's
I've
very
talked.
nice.
Yes, we've talked.
Yeah.
We've talked.
So
that 30-minute interview you heard, that was like an hour and a half conversation that got compressed down into a 30-minute. He's actually a pretty cool dude.
But yeah, we got things. We had some people. We got things going on. Well, I'm sitting here, just checking this to make sure that people can hear us.
What did he say?
He said there was no sound because I accidentally forgot to unmute.
Unforgot?
Yeah, whatever.
If I forgot something, can I unforget it?
You think. But
that's awesome.
But
yeah.
hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on our first music break. If you didn't know, Rob, the itinerary is down there. Tell us before we go to the music break. Tell us what we got.
We are going to have the Facebook Live discussion. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yep. We're going to have the Facebook Live discussion. I got it all written down right here. We got stuff to talk about, folks.
Right.
Our tribute to the troops. I saw that earlier. Definitely want. The whole point of the tribute to the troops, folks, you're supposed to look them up. You're supposed to learn a little bit more about them. We're going to interview with the Motorcycle Relief Project. We're going to talk to Tom Larson, the director of MRP. What else are we going to do? Quick bits, Motivation Monday, the 2-minute warning, and then we're going to have a closer and an end. My favorite part.
Yes.
Hey, folks,
yes.
Go to the website. If you're listening, go to the website, mbradio.org. That is the website, right? Did I say that right?
Uh-huh.
There's a bunch of new stuff on there. Check out the show. Check out he and I acting like a fool. I'd like your feedback on it. Yes, I know I have some slick dance moves, but I just want to hear it from you. Feed my ego, people.
Right.
This is what I'm looking for.
Feed me.
Exactly.
Well, it's that time. We are going to go on our first music break. And when we come off of that music break, we're going to hit it hard with Motorcycle Relief Project. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State leader for Mission 22, practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. before you get down there, reach out to your friends, say, hey, let's talk, let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line.
You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
In just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast an historic bell, the Honor Bell. The inspiration for the Honor Bell was about 3 years ago. I attended a funeral for a World War II veteran, and at the conclusion of the ceremony, there were no military honors given. And so I thought, there's got to be a better way to honor our service members, and certainly our veterans from the greatest generation. We had the concept of putting artifacts from military veterans in the actual bell.
We invited the Honor Bell Foundation from Denver, Colorado to come and watch us cast the first Honor Bell.
Each state line we stopped, we did a dignified transfer of these artifacts from one motorcycle group to the next, until we've gotten all the way here to Cincinnati and the Verdun Foundry, where we did one final dignified transfer.
It was a long journey, but it gave emphasis more to what we were doing and showing that the nation actually appreciated what we were doing.
I donated 2 of my husband's artifacts to the bell, his belt buckle from the Coast Guard and his dog tag from the Coast Guard. I just felt that the Coast Guard with the insignia on it was something that was really special.
We have artifacts from each major war since World War II.
The metal was so hot that it basically just melted those artifacts into the molten metal so that it makes those metals actually a part of the bell.
Working with the Verdun Company has just been an incredible experience for us. They've been working as partners with us all along the way, and without them, we would never have the success that we have now for the first Honor Bell.
It's neat to be able to partner with the Honor Bell Foundation that has this mission to bring one of these bells to every national cemetery.
The Honor Bell Foundation, in partnership with Cincinnati's own Verdun Company, has forged the 1,000-pound bronze bell you see in left center field. After the pregame festivities, the Honor Bell will be escorted by the Patriot Guard Riders and Cincinnati Police, who will lead the bell away from the ballpark and begin the 1,192-mile journey to the bell's permanent home at Fort Logan National Cemetery in Denver.
Tolling of the bell really signifies a solemn moment. And each time it tolls, in our case 7 times, each one of those tolls represents something special and something that was lost to our country, and in this case, a veteran. The next sound you will hear after the moment of silence that we are about to have will be the first tolling of the Honor Bell at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
These bells will be put all over the country to celebrate these lives of these soldiers that given their life truly for our freedom that we enjoy here in the United States.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us.
Hey everybody, Max Wade with you here. Idiot, DJ, sex symbol to the stars. Just don't tell Brad Pitt, he gets a little nervous. Hey, I'm also an 8-year Navy veteran and member of Operation Desert Storm, along with the newest VJ at MBR. Make sure you tune in every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll be bringing you 2 hours of great classic rock along with today's alternative. I'm a rocker, folks. So be sure to tune in. We'll have a blast, a little comedy in there. You just never know. Again, that's every Monday morning and Friday morning from 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain Time for 2 hours of the Just Wait Here show. We'll see you on Monday, May 18th. Aloha live.
Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Tee It Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, we want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier, and I owe it all actually to this organization. I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Tee It Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown, dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting.
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away.
Incredible time with awesome brothers.
I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
I can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, it looks like you did.
Cool.
All right, everybody, we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and I'm teaching Rob some things on the computer. We're gonna get you there.
There's a lot of buttons to push here, folks. So you don't. It's not a good thing. There's a lot of buttons. A lot of buttons.
So, but it's great that we were watching the commercial, and what do you know?
Perfect timing.
MRP.
Yep.
MRP comes up, and we were supposed to talk to Tom Larson.
We were supposed to. I scheduled this with him earlier today. We were supposed to be talking to him, and I told him a time frame. If you've ever run a not-for-profit, you know that your schedule is not your own. You're a very busy person.
Right.
I told him a time, and I told him the wrong time. So he is engaged right now. However, I can talk through Motorcycle Relief Project without any problems. I can talk. I got this. And he's listening right now while he's in the middle of his meeting, which is probably kind of distracting. But that's kind of cool.
All right. Well, here we go. Here's the hard questions. Are you ready? Because I've got some hard questions.
Let's ask me. Yes.
All right. So
motorcycles. Yes.
some
Chicks
hard
dig 'em. What
questions.
else do you want to know?
Okay. So a lot of nonprofits.
Tons of them.
Are lots of like. Now you have a visual injury guy and you have a non-visual injury guy. Which one of them is going to be able to attend one of the motorcycle relief project events?
I like what your question is. I like what you're doing there. Can people with injuries attend motorcycle relief project?
Right.
And participate? Yes, they can. We have a sidecar now, which we worked very hard to make happen. That was a year-long savings up for and begging people for money. So let me back up. Let me tell people what the motorcycle project is. We take veterans with PTSD, anxiety, and depression, combat related. We take them and we put them on a motorcycle here in Colorado in the summer or in Arizona in the winter. For 5 days, we ride a little bit of dirt. We ride a little bit of road, very casual stuff. We're not doing like single track stuff. And we put them on those motorcycles for 5 days. We ride during the day. In the evenings, we do workshops on things like reintegration, battling with your demons, things like that. And it's been a very, very good thing. We've put over 200 participants through the organization. You have to be a volunteer. You have to be a participant in order to be a volunteer. So the people that you see and that you're working with and you're riding with and you're talking to have all been where you are and have all gone on a ride as well. Can you be injured? Yes. Can you have a combat-related injury, a loss of a leg or something to that extent, whatever the case may be? We have a vehicle that does have a sidecar, and we can make accommodations.
Okay.
Does that answer your question in a very long way?
Kind of. I guess if I was the answer, I probably would say yes and no. You answered the yes part, but you didn't answer the no part. And the reason why you didn't answer the no part is because I don't think that you would have thought of this.
Hit me.
Because, so I'm paralyzed on my left leg.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have something in place to help the visual injuries.
Yep.
But for them to get on the bike, crank it up, them driving individually.
I haven't seen a full start motorcycle in a long time. I like what you're doing there.
Well, no, that's a suicide stick shift. That's what that is. But that's the only thing that they haven't got set up.
I don't understand what you mean. What don't we have set up?
A motorcycle with adaptive control.
We do not. We do not have that. So we have just your regular motorcycles, and it's everything from 650 to 1200. So we have all sizes that'll fit all kinds of people, whatever you're comfortable with. You have to have a minimum of 1 year of riding experience in order to apply for the program. So if you're just getting your motorcycle license, hit us up in about a year or so, and we will take care of you. But we do not have anything with adaptive controls yet, not like what you have on your bike. But we do the sidecar was a huge step for us. That was a big deal. That was a big deal for us. And we only think I have 3 cadre right now, I think, that are able to actually ride or drive the sidecar. I think they call it fly the sidecar is what it is, because it is a different handling machine and it is a different bike.
It's harder.
It is significantly more challenging. I have not ridden the bike with the sidecar in it yet, and I have no interest in driving the bike with the sidecar in it. But yeah, we do. That was a big step for us. So, what else? Hit me up. What's the next hard question? Did I answer it? Did I answer the question clearly?
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
You did. All right. So, motorcycle relief project. What kind of do you guys go down highways and then you guys camp out, or do you guys hit like dirt trails and stuff? Like, if I had a bike, which we know I do, but if I had a bike, if I had a trike, would I be able to join the camp, the ride?
I would tell. So I've seen your bike and I've seen you ride your bike, and I would tell you that you would comfortably be able to participate with your bike on all of our rides.
Okay.
Quite comfortably. So it does. We do in Colorado. We hit a lot of the scenic spots because we have people coming from all over the world. We have veterans coming from Australia, Canada, all over the place, all across the nation, from all wars, for everything from Vietnam to our current conflicts, all of them, had everything. we hit because of that, we have people from all over the place. This is their only chance to have gotten to Colorado. By the way, this stuff happens at no cost to the veteran. We cover all the costs. All you have to do is get to us, and we'll handle the rest. We'll put you on a bike. We'll feed you. We will gas that bike up for you. Have all the gear. You just have to get to us. We hit all the scenic spots in Colorado when we're riding in Colorado. You're going to go up to Pikes Peak. You're going to go up to Skyline Drive. You're going to ride Phantom Canyon Road. I don't know if you've ridden Phantom Canyon Road.
I don't think I have.
We'll go do that together one day. It's a gorgeous ride.
Okay.
You're going to hit all the beautiful spots in Colorado, and you're going to get to see everything that makes our state so beautiful. When you're in Arizona, if you go in the winter,
Expected the Rocky Mountains to be a little rockier than this.
John Denver's full of shit, man.
If you go on a winter ride and you head for Arizona, it is stunning, beautiful. We had some great rides. We went to I don't even know the name of the mountain we went up, but man, it was gorgeous, and you can see all of the greater Tucson area. It went all of Arizona as far as I was concerned. It was a beautiful ride. So yeah, you'll hit. Most will stay on road. Almost every ride nowadays, we have a dirt coach with us, and that's someone that's an expert level rider on riding these types of motorcycles on off-road situations. We don't hit anything aggressive. You're not going to hit any like serious single track. We're not doing the Monster MX jumps and things like that. It's dirt roads.
Okay.
Is essentially what it comes down to. So yeah, your bike would be just fine.
Okay.
I mean,
so then the next
other
event,
than its current situation.
Then the next event, me and you need to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get you on a ride.
Straight up, yeah.
Just need it. So what'll happen is you'll fill out an application. Hey, I want to participate with the Motorcycle Relief Project. You'll go on the website, which is www.motorelief.org. Go on that website. There's a section that says for veterans. Click on that. That's your application. You start the application. That puts you in our system. Now we know that you exist. We're happy to have you. Someone can nominate you as well. Send you the link, whatever you want. Once you have that link, complete that link. If you're selected, you will move on to the secondary application process, and that's when we start getting into, questions about like PTSD, anxiety, depression, because you're there to learn and you're there to participate in the workshops. The motorcycling part of it is secondary. It's just the catalyst for what makes all of this happen. The actual participation comes in the evening when now we've made dinner. We've all sit around this giant table. We eat dinner together and we talk about the good things that went on that day. And then we start getting into some of the workshops, and that's where the real process starts. And we want to make sure that you're willing to participate in these things. If you're just looking to go to Colorado to go for a motorcycle ride for free, you're not the veteran we're looking for. If you're looking to take those demons that you have in your head and take them on head on, that's
okay. So during these camps, there's kind of a little bit of counseling.
I wouldn't call it counseling. It's kind of more just you talking to peers. You don't realize once we leave the military, we forget the people that we were teammates with. And it's not that we forget them, it's that we forget that camaraderie and that teammate that we had. And once you start talking about some of the stuff that you've gone through and you've experienced, you realize that, hey, you're not alone. Other people have experienced some of the same things that I have, or that we have. And we've had everything from cooks to special forces soldiers. We've had all branches, every single branch of service, even including the Coast Guard, even though they're not really a branch of service.
Yeah, they're right behind the Salvation Army.
That's right behind the Salvation Army. That's exactly. That TV show is awesome, dude. If you haven't seen Space Force, you really need to watch the show. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was looking for the.
You have new sound bites?
Well, I was looking for that one. And
you have a lot of sound bites there, dude.
I do.
There's got to be a way to pare those down a little bit. That's pretty awesome. Or reorganize.
Yeah, that's why
But yeah, Motorcycle Relief started a couple years ago. Day after Christmas is when Tom got it started. Over 200 riders and 200 veterans have gone through now. All kinds of support from all kinds of outstanding organizations that have really helped us out. Twisted Throttle, BMW's helped us out a lot. We've gotten a lot of support from like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Just some great organizations have really helped us out. I'm sure Tom is going to text me as we're talking and tell some of the other ones. Michelin Tires helps us out. They make donations and stuff to us. Some great places that just really hook us up and make it a good thing. Sorry about that.
That's the one I was looking for.
Hit it.
Boom. Roasted.
There you go.
You looked that hard and that long for that?
I know. How sad is that?
That's kind of awesome, actually.
I need my intern
Let's
back.
Yeah, we do. What else do you want to know about Motorcycle Relief Project?
What inspired it?
Well, that's one of the ones we'll have to ask Tom about.
Yeah.
I know Tom, and we'll get him on here at some point. Talked about he was battling his own demons. Tom is the only person in the organization the guy that built the whole thing is the only guy that's not a veteran, which I just think is crazy. It's kind of cool that he took that all upon himself and adopted this community the way he did.
Right.
You know, I just find that extremely impressive. But he was battling his own demons. Talked to someone that had a therapy dog, asked them about it, started doing some research, and found, you know, just how much of a battle veterans were going through, and he decided to take that upon his shoulders, and he's carrying that load ever since. So,
right.
Thanks for that. Thank you for that, Tom. So yeah, that's how it got started. That was his inspiration. And I mean, who doesn't love motorcycles? I've been listening to the show tonight too on the app. Okay. Oh, well, thanks, Kevin Tucker. Appreciate it. Oh, hang on. Tom is texting me. Let's see what he got. What did I get? What did I get? Doesn't have to be combat related. Doesn't have to be combat related. Yeah, okay. He's correcting me. Does not have to be combat related PTSD, anxiety, or depression. So he's in the middle of something and texting me at the same time. So.
Oh. Well, that's good. That's good. I would have really liked to get him on, because the last time we did it, it was the Beer 30 show. That's how.
Oh yeah, that's how long ago we talked about Motorcycle Relief Project, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We'll get him on there. We'll get him on. We'll take care of him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we are going to go on our next music break, and when we come back off the music break, we're going to go into me and Rob's favorite episode, the What the Moment.
We have strippers coming in?
Where? Look, I might be married, but that doesn't mean I can't look on the menu.
Thank God my wife doesn't listen to this show. And if any of you repeat this, we're going to have words.
With that being said, everybody, it's time for us to go on our next music break. And when we come back, me and Rob will be discussing the What the Moment. And it has to do with pizza.
Everybody likes pizza.
Everybody likes pizza. Find out when we come back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, the HTrain Show.
Hey everybody, Max Wade with you here. Idiot, DJ, sex symbol to the stars. Just don't tell Brad Pitt, he gets a little nervous. Hey, I'm also an 8-year Navy veteran and member of Operation Desert Storm, along with the newest DJ at MBR. Make sure you tune in every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll be bringing you 2 hours of great classic rock along with today's alternative. I'm a rocker, folks. So be sure to tune in. We'll have a blast, a little comedy in there. You just never know. Again, that's every Monday morning and Friday morning from 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain Time for 2 hours of the Just Wait Here show. We'll see you on Monday, May 18th. Aloha live.
Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Tee It Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, We want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I mean, I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier. And I owe it all actually to this organization. I mean, I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Teed Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away. Incredible time with awesome brothers. I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had have been for me.
The bonding with the other guys has been just as good, if not better, than the riding.
It's like we've almost all known each other for a long time.
11, incredible dudes from all parts of the country, with similar experiences, similar backgrounds, similar affinity for motorcycles.
Learn more about each other and how to deal with the stresses of life.
The depth of that relationship is absolutely amazing to me.
These people now, they'll be brothers for the rest of my life.
This organization is extremely valuable.
We'll always have this, and I'll always be able to connect with these guys that kind of get what it is to be a veteran.
Taking home a lot of gratitude.
One of the best weeks of my entire life. I thank everybody for participating.
I just can't say thank you enough.
I think you've saved a lot of lives.
I enlisted, ready to serve, ready to defend, but my fight has just begun.
Help this hero win his fight. Visit hopeforthewarriors.org
My name is
today.
Kirk Bauer. I'm Executive Director of Disabled Sports USA.
I was in the infantry in the Delta region.
It was an explosion. It flipped me over. I could tell I'd been hit bad. I spent 6 months in the hospital. Some veterans came to me. They had actually just begun an organization of disabled Vietnam vets and 10th Mountain Division World War II vets. When someone becomes disabled, the process of getting back into life, to regaining your confidence, to regaining your hope, to being a full participant in society is not an easy one. It's not a straight line. It's a struggle. It's a day-to-day struggle. I can't think of a better example than the young warrior that I went up Kilimanjaro with, Neil Duncan. He had been blown up in the highlands of Afghanistan. His 2 legs were off. He was breathing through a tube in his neck. You talk about a guy who's on the edge of death, who was just about finished. Neil Duncan was that man. When he finally got out of the hospital, we got him involved in sports. In his exuberance, Neil decided he was going to climb Kilimanjaro, and he just joined up with a group that didn't know anything about disabilities. They moved him too fast. He got up to 16,000 feet and couldn't make it any further. He was defeated. He had to come back. He said it was the hardest decision he ever made. He came to me and said, Kirk, I have failed and I can't live with myself. I know I can do the mountain, but we have to do it right. Will Disabled Sports USA help me?
Mind strong, body strong, try to find equilibrium.
Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You are going to face situations where you're going to be disappointed or discouraged or defeated. Don't let that stop you. Pick yourself back up and go on. And Neil made it to the top.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not ready just yet. So I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you, MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just totally level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away. But CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and thank the Challenge Athletes Foundation and their donors for me to get a new basketball wheelchair.
They're giving everybody that I care about and I know hope.
I'm so excited to get running legs.
Okay, and we are back, and you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and if you're just tuning in with us now, we can tell you that you gotta hit the go all the way down there, Rob, all the way down to the segment 1. There we go. Well,
who the heck would just be tuning in? I mean, I would assume they'd be listening. Like, don't most people start their radios at 5:30 just to get ready? And
I know.
I mean, you want to ease into this show,
right?
You don't want to jump in halfway through and try to catch up,
right? But some people don't do that, so we got to reiterate to them that we just talked to Motorcycle Relief Project
We did.
Talk to them about, who they accept, what they do, and why they do it. I think the only thing that we didn't get was, like the 2 minute, the time for the shine.
The time to shine. We did not do it.
But that's okay. We'll have him on again.
We'll get him to tell the whole story.
Yeah, get the time right. So, we got this. Somebody was telling me and Rob that you could barely hear us. So I'm.
Thanks, Stoff. Appreciate the update.
No, so I think that problem's fixed because it sounds like we are coming in loud and proud, and guess what time it is, Rob?
Oh, this is my favorite. I love this movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, please draw all your attention to the screen.
Put your hands together.
Put your hands together and welcome the What The segment.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this?
Uh-huh.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Mm-hmm. You have no regrets?
Dad? Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the Oh, there. You muted the wrong one.
So what? Did I do?
Evidently.
What
Okay,
was-
so
what was that?
basically, she said lost sound. Hey, now we got it. Now we got it. We got the sound now. No, it was Rob's fault.
It was absolutely my fault. I'm learning the buttons.
Yes, it's okay.
What was not happening?
So evidently,
Oh, Tom
when-
just texted me. No sound again.
Now we get the sound. Now we have the sound just fine.
Hang on.
What happens is when we're doing the stream, Rob, he mutes the mic, just not the right mic to the right scene. So
the mic that's leaning in the corner right now has been broadcasting loud and clear. But this one right here, no one was listening.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
I just
all
got
right.
back. Yep, we're good. He says
Yeah,
we're good now. All
yeah.
right, cool. Thank you, Stoff. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
appreciate it.
I really hope you're not like sitting in the front of an ambulance right now listening to this, dude. I hope you're not at work. That would suck. Well, I suppose you need to get paid to listen to this show, so yeah, I hope you are at work. Anyway, yes. So Belgian dude. Let me go back to that. That's my God. I love that. Belgian dude has been getting pizzas for 10 years.
That's crazy.
Multiple times a day.
Okay,
that he has never
I'm
ordered.
waiting for the punchline. Why?
That is the punch. There isn't. Nobody has an answer. No one has an answer. Where's my?
Does he have like a secret admirer?
They don't. The guy it brings him to tears. Like he hates to hear. As you go to the bottom of the story, come on. You go to the bottom of the story. At first, he put it down to a mix-up in a delivery address with the orders, which reportedly included other fast food, including kebabs. I love me some kebabs. Well, you're watching. Hell, I like kebabs. His pizza terror, that's the way he described it, a pizza terror, came to a head in January last year when 10 separate delivery drivers turned up on the same day. One of them had 14 pizzas. This dude's getting 24 pizzas a day, and he calls it his pizza terror. These are what my dreams are made out of, people.
Right?
Sitting at home and just delivery drivers show up and are like, hey, man, got another pizza for you. Or better yet, hey man, got 10 pizzas for you. This is what my dreams are made out of. I don't get it,
That
man.
doesn't even make sense. Like, there's an article, but it doesn't say like who's paying for them.
It doesn't. Oh, well, and it does talk about there's been several times where the pizzas get returned because he's not paying for them, obviously, which really irritates the pizza delivery driver. Tip. Tip your delivery drivers. And now the place that made the pizzas has to take it back. But let's get to the important part. Kebabs? I'm down with kebabs, man.
I'm down with any food.
Right?
I'm down with any
My
food.
phone is blowing up right now. People are like, hey, where do I go find this guy? The incidents have been reported to police, along with the two victims. Two victims? It will not be today. But for now, it remains a mystery. The final line of the article. That is awesome. Why don't I have that? Why don't I have someone that just calls and randomly gets pizza delivered to my house?
How? We can't even get pizza delivered here to the station.
If my weightlifting coach is listening to this show right now, I'm sorry. I swear, I'd rather have them deliver protein.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. I dread that someone will come up and drop off hot pizzas yet another time. This is this dude's nightmare. He's like upset that people are stopping by his house and dropping off pizzas. I guess that just takes all kinds in the world, man. That's amazing to me.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Well,
cool story, bro.
Exactly. Well, who's delivering this dude pizzas? Well, I mean, who's ordering pizzas for this guy for 10 years, dude? That's
10
not
years.
10 years. You like that movie?
What movie?
We just quoted Gross Point Blank.
Oh.
We didn't mean to, but we did. Have you seen the movie Gross Point Blank?
Might have a long time ago.
It's one of the best.
I would have to put it in review.
It's no Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If you're listening, Roy. But it is one of the best made, with a great soundtrack. A soundtrack for our generation.
Okay.
It's all like the Clash and stuff like that. You should definitely. I don't know what you got going on tomorrow, or better yet, I don't know what you got going on after this show, but you should definitely watch Gross Point Blank.
Got it.
Because there's a scene in there where the guy's like, 10 years, dude. You're like, 10 years? Some people get my joke, but that's a joke.
I get your jokes. They're
suck.
They're not funny. They're not funny.
I know in my heart I'm hysterical.
Yeah, my wife thinks she's hysterical too. You guys like those Laffy Taffy jokes.
I do like Laffy Taffy jokes. I absolutely do. And the ones you get on the gum, I used to love those. No, not so. Dude, hey man, I would have a 2-hour radio program that was nothing but dad jokes. Gave me the opportunity to do it.
Oh man.
And they would be good dad jokes.
All right,
too.
I want to hear from some listeners. That number is 720-619-0627. Hit us up on the text line or call us. Let us know what you think about the pizza.
10 years of free pizza.
It's kind of like if you dropped a wallet. If you found a dropped wallet, would you turn it in?
Yes.
To the police,
And I
or
have.
would you keep it?
No.
So this guy is getting 10, 15 pizzas.
But it's not like it's one pizza place that's just doing this every day. It's like other places around there are delivering to him. So it's a different orders. Like, so someone is consciously calling and placing an order for a different thing all the time. Some days it's a pizza. Some days it's 14 pizzas. That's crazy, dude. Someone's making a conscious decision.
Somebody's pranking him.
That's a serious prank. You know how expensive that is? That's an expensive prank. 10 years worth of pizza?
You would think that the business would get like caller ID or something and say, hey,
Yeah. How can it be that much of a mystery? There's too many ways to track this down.
And another thing is I wonder is the story even viable?
What do you mean?
Like, is it real?
Well, it comes from a reputable source.
Okay.
The Independent
The Independent.
which looks to me like a pretty. You can subscribe to it. It's a news source. I mean, I don't know how reliable. 4 days ago, the headline: I start shaking every time I hear a scooter come up the street. Because I guess it's in Britain, so guys get stuff gets delivered by way of scooter. That's just craziness to me.
That is craziness. How about you, everybody? Facebook listeners, Facebook community people. Tell us, what do you think? Well, we're going to let you guys think about that. And we're going to go on our music break. And when we come back off the music break, then we're going to hit the ugly truth.
We are.
And evidently, we got to do a lot of face watch parties because we're not many are watching, so they can't comment.
Okay. Well,
so
let's do some sharing.
We are gonna go on a music break, and when we come back, we'll hit the ugly truth. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Ahead tonight.
Hey everybody, Max.
Hello, my name is EJ, and I'm the host of the 80s Rock Show on Military Broadcast Radio. Each week I take you on a trip where I share great 80s rock and roll music that does not get played on the radio. The idea for the show came as a result of a playlist I created. I started to long for the great 80s rock and roll music I heard in high school on Chicago radio stations like the Loop and WCKG. So I put together the playlist, and then after a while I realized I had the foundation of what would become a great radio show. You can catch the 80s Rock Show here on Military Broadcast Radio, Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there.
Ahead tonight, a Parker coffee shop owner is giving back to some of his most loyal customers.
He's planning a big fundraiser next month to raise thousands of dollars for a veterans charity that's turning lives around, and he needs your help. His story in tonight's Serving Those Who Serve report. At this tiny coffee cabin just off Parker Road, it's clear the one thing owner Wes Crespi likes even more than a steaming cup of joe is the police officers and veterans who come here to spend their hard-earned money.
I support the police officers that come in because they mean so much to me, and I support our military who come in, and that's really what it's all about.
Which is why a few years ago he decided to give back, picking a veterans charity and raising money for them every year.
At least I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it because our men and women are out there fighting for us. Otherwise, you know, where would we be right now?
This year, his own father-in-law inspired his charity choice.
He's just a fantastic person. He's always doing things for people, and he told me he was going to do this, and I'm just absolutely thrilled.
Fly fishing, of all things, helped his father-in-law Jim, a Vietnam veteran who suffered in silence for half a century since serving in Vietnam.
I have an extreme case of PTSD.
Jim's a part of something called Project Healing Waters.
When you're fly fishing, you can't think about anything but fly fishing.
It's a nonprofit that takes veterans to the great outdoors where nature works its healing wonders on men and women with PTSD, brain injuries, and other war wounds.
I was outside when a mortar landed and ended my career.
Brady Busby is proof it works.
I was deployed 7 times. I was diagnosed with PTSD after my 3rd tour in Iraq.
War nearly ended his life. Fishing, he says, saved it.
It's a form of mindfulness for me, just being out in the creek where you don't have to worry about anything other than a fish biting your fly or trying to trick a fish with a pea-sized brain, and you're there for hours doing it, but it's definitely worth it. It's very, very therapeutic.
When his own daughter died by suicide a year ago, it was fishing that helped him get through the pain.
That really helped calm me down and ground me.
I'm with like-minded people, veterans that understand me and have been through what I've been through.
Ask any veteran who's been on one of these fishing trips and they'll tell you.
If it wasn't for Project Healing Waters, I would be sitting in my depression instead of standing in the middle of a river.
You having your iced coffee?
So if it helps veterans, Wes is all in.
My father-in-law suffered really bad, and he's such a great guy, you know, and he's very humble. and it was really important to me to do something, and this is what I picked because I saw what he suffered through.
Every day he serves coffee to those who served. Now he's preparing to serve them much more.
Thanks, and God bless you, brother. I always appreciate you, man.
And that is where you come in. So Wes is selling tickets to the Coffee Cabin Salute to Heroes fundraiser for Project Healing Waters. It's Saturday, August 10th, 5:30 at the barn at Rancho Vallacandios in Castle Rock. I'm going to be there. I'll be the MC. I can't wait for it. You can get the tickets at his coffee shop on Parker Road in Ponderosa. They're $100, but that includes dinner, open bar, music, valet, and some surprises. Every dime goes to the charity. You could even buy tickets so a veteran can go. He'd love that, too. He's got big auction items, too, because he wants to raise lots of money for the vets. We got details on the auction and more on the event right now at our website, kdvr.com. Support Wes. Stop by that coffee shop. He's a great guy.
It sounds like fun, and that organization sounds amazing.
For
so
sure.
hopefully it's a big turnout there. Now to
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hello, my name is EJ, and I'm the host of the 80s Rock Show on Military Broadcast Radio.
Hi,
My name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally.
When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt a squeeze of my hand and I looked down, my daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, and when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband, Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them and their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in
Project Sanctuary. You are listening to the HTrain show.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh.
Okay, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show. And I totally know what we did when we went on break, you know, when we put it to where the show logo goes and there's no music.
Vaguely.
Right, so we accidentally hit that mute mic instead of the other one. So
he says we, he means I did that.
It's both of ours because I didn't catch it either. For everybody that's listening, we really appreciate you listening and supporting not only us, but supporting NBR, because when you watch and listen to NBR, you're supporting all the veterans here that wants to give a voice.
Agreed.
So we really appreciate it, and we had some. Rob came in on our lunch break, his lunch break, and we did some dancing. We're gonna clean it up, but if you
don't clean it up, I'm like a dance master.
If we're gonna clean it up, and if you didn't know, it's we're supposed to be like GIFs, that transparency kind of thing, so that not only does it grab your attention, but you're not just seeing the logo, fire, and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So
trying to find how we're broadcasting live on Facebook so that I can share it. If you're able to, folks, please by all means share our broadcast. We appreciate that.
Well, here I'll show you. So
here, then this one, this button, left for all the horn.
Yeah.
Get lady. No, well, don't do that. You don't want to do that.
No, don't want to do that. So you got it down here, and you want the page. I'm giving Rob some lessons here.
A lot of lessons, actually. Don't click that mic, the other mic.
Right.
There's a lot of mics.
So then you got that, and then you hit share, watch party, and then there you go.
Now, do I have to keep it open?
I think so. I don't know how that works.
Well, let me turn the volume down so people aren't listening to us twice.
Right.
Well, should twice. And there we are.
There we are.
So,
there we was.
Folks, feel free to start your own watch party and share the stream so other people around the world can get
Exactly.
Because there are people that are deployed right now that are listening to this. There are people that are, well, I don't know, sitting in the front seat of an ambulance right now somewhere in downtown Denver.
And we want to do the watch party because we want to get as many people watching, because this next thing that we're going to talk about, it affects everybody. And we want to know how you've handled it, how it's going for you. So, with that being said, Rob, it is that time. It is the ugly truth.
I don't think we should talk about the ugly truth.
Okay, so there we go. The ugly truth. Share all those watch parties, everybody. Get them all out. And Rob, tell us.
So you know how I am. I've never, in my life, has it never occurred to me to make a long story? I always make a which is why I like radio. So I'm talking to a very good friend today. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? He's like, good. Can't wait for the kids' school to be over. I can't stand trying to teach them anymore, which prompted me to start looking some stuff up and looking around and come to find out that parents hate teaching their kids, homeschooling their kids.
Yeah.
They are miserable. I have a very good friend who's listening to the show right this second who hates and is tired of trying to homeschool his kids. He's got 3 kids. Each in a different grade. So he goes from, so he's got 3 iPads out. One gets started on one lesson. Cool. Rolling. He moves over to the second one, gets him started on the second lesson. Oh, what? Something happened on the first one? Gotta go back. Third kid still sitting there waiting. Dad, can I do this? And they start watching like videos on YouTube and stuff on their iPads while they're waiting for dad to get set up for the second lesson, whatever the next lesson may be. I feel, for you parents, I have a kid in high school, and I know that she is not an online learner. She's not enjoying she wants to be in a classroom learning. She doesn't want to be sitting in front of her laptop trying to learn. So for you parents that are going through this right now, I feel your pain. I legitimately do feel your pain. Let me see if I can find the article again here. It was pretty bad. I felt bad for folks.
Now, listeners, if you are listening and watching, that number to text in is 720-619-0627. And the phone lines are open. And the text lines, you can text us.
This was an article published in the Wall Street Journal. So this is this is not like the fake pizzas being.
Okay.
This is the Wall Street Journal, man. That's real news. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's Wall Street. Yeah.
The results are in for remote learning. It did not work. Pandemic forced schools into a crash course in online education. Problems piled up quickly. I find it hectic and stressful. So imagine if that's what you're feeling as a parent, trying to teach your kids, imagine what those poor kids are feeling right this second.
Well, we sit here and we talk about, the heroes of the front line, which I don't like to use the word hero because it's way overused.
I feel you.
But, here you are, parents, looking and teaching your kids, and you're aggravated. Hell, think about how that teacher feels.
Well, hell, think about you trying to teach me which mics to unmute and buttons to push and whatnot.
Right.
You know how mad that makes you.
Right.
I mean, you're furious right now. Look at you. You're a ball of anger.
No, I'm not a ball of anger. But, it's just, yeah. For the longest time, many parents believe that the education system, when it comes to school, is a crock because the teachers get paid for a whole year and they really only work for 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And being a teacher, I mean, it's a good job if you find the job that pays well.
And if you're a good teacher.
Well, yeah, but
because I have a very good friend who's not listening to this show, who is a miserable teacher. She hates it.
Oh, okay.
She absolutely despises it. However, like you said, it's a decent job. It pays the bills.
Right.
But she is not happy. She doesn't enjoy it. And I don't blame her, because I know how my kids can be. Kids can be little terrorists. No offense, ISIS. And, yeah, kids can be pretty rough, man. Uh-oh. What are we getting?
Nothing. I'm just looking to see because we're not getting any phone calls. So I'm looking to see if there's anybody like
the education system failed them. They don't know how to dial a phone. Clearly, they all went to homeschool.
You know what I want to do one of these days when this whole virus thing is gone? I think it would be really neat to bring in somebody that was born in like
I'm worried that you
2000, 2001. Okay. A definite millennial.
I can do this. Keep talking.
And have them show us how to use a rotary phone.
Mm-hmm.
Show us how I want mufflers. Here's the yellow book pages. I want you to find mufflers.
Yeah, I need to get my brakes changed. Here's
I want you to find that. And then
just take away their smartphone for a minute.
And then the ultimate one is give them a
tape.
tape.
Stick.
No, that's one of them. But give them a measure tape, and tell them, okay, here's a measuring tape. Now, make a square 5 inches by 5 inches, and then cut a quarter off. Here you go.
Here is a gift card to Applebee's if you can accomplish all of these tasks. That's awesome, dude.
Right? Anybody saying any what?
Oh, just getting shares and whatnot. People voting for the HTrain show so I can get myself a Peyton Manning football.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got a lot to.
Oh, don't you worry.
You got a lot.
When does that contest close, by the way?
The end of June.
Oh, dude. Max, I am going to crush you, dog. I feel sorry for what's about to happen to you if you're listening right now.
We should totally tag him so that
I did. I tagged him on Instagram. I absolutely did. I want him to know. I want him to face.
I'm coming for you.
I want him to know. Oh, look at you and your 200 votes. You're adorable.
Well, it's funny. We're starting to do this, and I'm like, well, I don't want to sit there and pick names out of a hat kind of thing. I think it would be fun to see. How much they want to buy. All they have to do is promote their show to get people to
I like where your
vote.
head is.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing there.
But, ultimately, I just would love to do something for a veteran, and we've been very blessed at this radio station. Everything has been coming together nice and pretty, and, that's
folks, don't vote for this show. Vote for Moo Moon's show. Her show is awesome.
Moo Moon's show, you can't vote for Moo Moon's show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like her show.
It's only veteran shows.
So she's the dirty Canadian. That's right.
So it's HTrain show. There's the church service show.
Right. Yep, the right
There's the 80s rock show. There's
Great
Max Waite show.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Startup Life show.
That's an awesome show. I love that one.
Okay.
What is his name? The DJ's name?
Dominic.
That is an awesome show. That is an excellent show. Especially if you're into that kind of stuff. Like if you're into you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start a business, you should definitely be listening to that show on NPR.
Right.
Yep, I like that. And the 80s rock show, who doesn't love 80s hair bands?
I know, right?
I'm a huge fan.
I like how he researched the history on
I know.
it and talks about it. I'm like, wow.
He does really well. I like old 80s hair bands. They're just so trashy.
So trashy.
Poison? Really? Come on.
Come on.
That's good stuff though. But yeah, I mean, it was what you listened to when you were, when I was 12, whatever. Look what the cat dragged in. That was good stuff.
Right.
But for those that don't know, Moon picks out the music for this show. So everything you're hearing, she picked that stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty good stuff. I like her stuff.
Yeah, I'm terrible at picking music out.
She's good at it. You're also terrible at soda. Good Lord, man. You drink a lot of soda. How much soda do you drink in a day?
I don't know. I like soda. Could be worse.
How?
I could be drinking Jack Daniel's straight.
I guess that's true. I guess, especially if that stuff is foul. Good Lord. You like Jack Daniels?
I do.
Do you really?
I do.
Hmm.
You don't like Jack Daniels? And I'm guaranteeing nobody has wrote to us or said anything, but I'm guaranteeing that Jack Daniels has really helped the homeschool process.
That's awesome. You start getting homeschooling sponsored by Jose Cuervo. That's awesome, dude.
When enough is enough.
All those months. So I work part-time for a law office, and I know one of the lawyers, she has, I think she's got 5 kids. And every time I talk to her, I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's like, horrible. Like, oh my goodness, okay. I feel bad for her. My buddy's trying to do it with 3 kids. I can't imagine trying to do it with 5 kids. Good Lord. Trying to teach them all, and hey, you've got a calculus test today, and Mom, can you help me with this? No. I can't. My daughter, thankfully, has not. She's asked me to help with a few things like government, English, and I speak English okay. Not terribly. Sometimes.
Better than your Spanish.
Yes. That was no muy bueno, man. That was skating by on the skin of my teeth. Goodness. But yeah, I can't imagine. Good Lord.
I can't believe nobody's calling in and telling us about.
I don't blame them at all.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna, because we got some minutes, we're gonna reach out. Who do you know that has a kid that we could call, and we're gonna call somebody?
All right, I'm gonna give you a number. You ready?
Okay, we're just gonna do it. All right, go. Is that a 2?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna, since nobody's,
we're randomly calling someone. Folks.
We're randomly calling someone.
First name is Roy.
2, 4. Is that the correct number?
Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, it is. That is correct.
Okay.
Dial that number.
All right, here we go.
He might not answer.
He might not answer because it's like one of those unknown callers or whatever.
No. He's a first responder, so he might be working. God, I hope he answers. I'm gonna text him.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Too bad.
All right, so we'll have you text him.
I did. I just did. He, like I said, he might be saving lives right now. Instead, we're messing with him and prank calling him. Hey, folks, if you've got kids that you've been homeschooling, we'd like to. Oh, he's texting me back. I can now. Call him again.
Okay.
Dial that number again. Hang on a second. Hang on. You ready?
What's his name again?
Roy.
Hello.
Roy. Hi, Roy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We're good right now.
You're live on air, homeboy.
You're live on air. You're live on the HTrain show. And the reason why we wanted to call you is because our segment that we've been talking about is how valuable homeschooling is at this point. And we have we have came to the decision that we think that parents are stocking up on their Jack Daniels because that can help a little bit. We're also asking, maybe, do you have any tips out there for parents? Because Rob said that you were pretty successful with your kids in homeschooling.
That's not the most accurate statement, which he's definitely known for. Yeah, I would say concentrate on the stuff that needs to be turned in, and that's it.
Wow. Don't work on actually learning anything. Just go ahead, get it done, and turn it in.
No. You know, it's a tough area. It really is. You want them to learn, of course. You want them to know what they need to know. You want them to, grow up and be able to, take care of themselves and things of that nature. But the home environment is definitely not conducive of the style of learning that institutions give. So it's definitely causing a lot more arguments in my home than it needs to.
And what do you mean by that?
But just trying to get them to do what they need to do inside their own home, around their own toys, around their siblings, everything. They just want to play. They want to be home and have fun. It's not a place where they were set up to do math and science on a daily basis, go over things on homework and stuff like that, but not 8 hours a day. So
have you considered beating
them?
them?
Have I considered what?
Beating them.
Oh yes. They're actually eating us out of house and home. Costco is our best friend.
We will not be giving your last name live on air, caller.
Three little boys at home at 9, 7, and 7, and they definitely wear out our Costco membership for sure.
So it's tough teaching them at home, huh? And from what I understand, you and your wife are both educated people. Who's the better teacher?
Oh, she is, without a doubt.
Yeah? Why is that?
Oh, yeah. I think
margaritas.
Margaritas. No, she definitely took school a lot better than I did. She was definitely a better student. I was more always of a hands-on, have to do it and hear it to be able to learn it. She was definitely a sit down and study behind the books kind of person.
God, I hate
and pass
those
the
people.
test. So she's a little bit better at and more equipped to handle the type of education that they're learning right now. I'm sure if I had a true homeschool model and not necessarily a public school model, the practicality of it would probably allow me to shine a little bit more. So it's just a different focus.
Different learning style or teaching style.
Sure, absolutely.
Now, do you talk to other parents? How are they doing?
Pretty much the same. Everybody posts their fun stuff on Facebook and Instagram, so that's a lie. But,
yes, good assessment.
It's definitely been the same type of. Most parents don't even have what we have, and we have irregular schedules. We work nights, weekends. We alternate, so one of us is usually there with them by their side, which can definitely make it a little bit more challenging in some ways because you're the only focus. So everybody's coming to you, especially with multiple kids. Everybody's coming to you for how do I spell this and what do I do next and can you sign me on here and can you sign me on that. So it takes a lot of patience on their part to let us kind of nip away at this stuff during the day, which is kind of difficult.
Can you work at any schedule? Can you start
really,
after lunch? Do you have to start right when school is supposed to be starting and go from 7 to 3?
They post the assignments that need to be done that day, and you can do them in any order at whatever time of day you want. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in, but they just have to be completed by. They don't really have to be completed by that day necessarily. They could be done all in one day if you wanted to. But
so you can make them go mow the lawn in the morning and then they do their homework in the afternoon.
Sure. Absolutely, yeah. My kids were pulling weeds the other day, and they earned $1.75 each.
That's my kind of parenting right there. Good stuff.
But I feel bad for the parents who don't have the types of schedules that my wife and I do. The ones that are working from home and have to do their job, or the teachers that are trying to put out content for my kids and teach their own kids at the same time. I mean, that's got to be even more rough than we have it.
I didn't even think of that part. That's like parents that are stuck working from home and are trying to do their job and teach their kids. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing a Zoom meeting at my house for my job and having my child run behind me saying they have to go potty running outside and their shirt off. wailing like a banshee.
It
You know,
sounds like you
can't
were on a
imagine.
pirate ship, dude. What do you got going on there?
Oh, don't worry.
I told people you were a first responder. I didn't tell them you were actually Jack Sparrow.
Well, you know, in my house, the beatings continue until morale improves. What can you say?
It sounds like you
That's
got quite the part.
That's a joke for everybody listening live.
That sounds like when we were younger, is what that sounds like.
So
that's funny.
they haven't gotten the wooden spoon of the shoe yet. So that's good.
The shoe. Exactly. That's awesome.
You cannot tell me you were never hit with a flip flop.
Oh no, I was.
Flung at top speed from.
You know my parents. You know I was, dude.
I do.
All right, man.
Don't go by the book. Think like a pirate.
It's difficult, but we're getting through it.
Well, hey, man. Thank you for participating. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for telling us.
Please stay safe. Tell the rest of
Absolutely.
your crew to stay safe. Have a safe night. Get home safely. And tell them all that you were just on national radio.
You all as well.
All right, man. Drive fast.
Good talking to you. Great show, guys.
Later.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'm. His name's Roy, correct?
It is.
I'm glad Roy picked it up. I was getting a little worried there for a while.
You can only.
I'm like, is anybody gonna pick up?
we can only vamp for so long here on this
show. We're gonna go on a music. Well, we're not gonna go on a music break. From there on, it's a very serious. We'll let you try to do. You know how to do the thing, right?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna push
All
buttons,
right,
folks.
Here we go.
If this whole radio
Ladies
station
and
goes dark.
gentlemen, the tribute to the troops.
Tribute to Troops, sponsored by High Style and XP, custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Tristan Michael Towns was born September the 9th, 1999. He graduated from Friendship High School in Texas in June of 2018. Tristan left for basic training for the Marine Corps in July of 2018. He earned his Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, as well as his Expert Rifle qualification. Tristan graduated from basic training October the 5th, 2018. Sadly, he lost his life in a tragic car accident on October the 12th, 2018. He leaves behind his parents, 3 sisters, and 3 brothers. On behalf of everyone here at MBR and the HTrain show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you for your service and sacrifice. Tristan Michael Towns, end of what? October the 12th, 2018.
All right, everybody. Once again, that was Chris Eason. We really appreciate it a lot, Chris, by you doing that stuff for us. It helps us out a lot, and thank you to our producer who gets that information out for us as well. We're going to go on a music break, and when we come back, we're going to be hitting into the 2-minute warning. So stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not ready just yet. So I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you, MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away. But CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and thank the Challenge Athletes Foundation.
All right, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, and we had a pretty good show today. We talked to Motorcycle Relief Project.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about a little bit of what they did, and then we talked about the ridiculous luck pizza tear in my ass. That's luck. That's what that is. And then we kind of screwed down to a little bit of a nudge and had your friend Roy, who is a first responder and who is a teacher right now.
Right now he is, not normally.
And he's pretty funny.
Yeah, yes. Well, he gets that from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not natural. I taught him everything. See, you laughed. Ah.
So now, do you have to homeschool your youngest?
So short answer, no. She's now a senior in high school, and dude, I couldn't even come close to touching the stuff that she does.
Oh.
Like her mom and I, who are both medical professionals, were helping her with her anatomy and physiology homework, which you'd think the human body hasn't changed thousands and thousands of years, but apparently the curriculum has, and we were not good at helping her between the two of us. You had to her final for her anatomy and physiology class. You had to trace a drop of blood through the body.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we did not do well.
Oh wow.
So yeah. Sorry about that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
The 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
All right, Rob, what did you learn today?
I learned a lot of good stuff today. It's been a long day. I learned that you and I can't dance. It's been a very long day. What else? I learned that pizzas, some people consider pizzas. Apparently I'm boring is what I learned. Good Lord. That's twice tonight.
Well, hey, I just got back from Indiana, and I tell you that East Coast time, going from the East Coast to Colorado, I am hurting, man.
You are.
I got home, with my wife, and apparently I didn't eat the rest of my cheeseburger because it fell on my lap, and I passed out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get in last night or today?
I got in last night.
Yeah. So I hope everybody in your family's doing okay. I know.
I do too. I hope. It's a sad thing.
It is.
But I don't know why, but whenever there's tragedy, it brings people closer together. So
isn't it amazing how that works?
Yeah.
It is. It is. Sucks that it takes that, but yeah, it's amazing how that works.
Yeah.
So, what did you learn today?
I learned that school's getting better. With not having to have a mask on, unless there's a lot of kids around. It's getting better, but the one thing I learned, because I had a speaking with a veteran today.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I'm like, this is a great school. Okay, I'm like, I'm gonna give you the cons, I'm gonna give you the pros. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. So the con is half the time the equipment, it's not working. So you got to figure out a way. You got to figure out how to adapt and get whatever you're trying to get working.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Second of all, if you're planning on leaving here with like an associate's or bachelor, they don't do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I explained to him when it comes to the school that it's kind of like an elective.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you sitting there worrying if you can get in or not. Basically, if you're willing to pay, you're going to be able to get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like other colleges, because other colleges, they want you to go to their school. They want you to get in, not because they want you to learn and be, a legend there at that school. It doesn't benefit them if they give your slot to somebody if you aren't able to do the grade.
All colleges are for profit, whether they're admitted or not.
Right.
Some of them just got a different. Oh, this is a public institution. Really? Then why won't you just give me that football jersey?
Right.
It's a for-profit institution. You're making money.
Yeah.
So let's be clear about it.
Exactly. So, but I told him that I'll tell you, listeners, if you're a veteran and you want to use your post-9 GI 11 bill, come over here to Colorado Media School, and the stipend for it is about $3,000 a month.
Wow.
Now, if the VA pays for it, you don't have to worry about paying anything. You get the money in your bank, and the VA pays for your schooling.
Get paid to go to college.
Yep,
that's awesome.
Much.
And learn a trade.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing these days.
But I don't think he's going to make it, because I think the post 9/11 GI Bill is only for Iraq and Afghanistan.
Oh. Is it? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'd have to look into it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. And unlike Indiana, I have the slip, and the slip is down there. He dropped it. Literally dropped it. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Yes, it is the closing of the show. That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of the radio show is available right after we get off the air tonight. And remember, we're here for you, not for us. Giving our veterans a voice.
Be safe, folks. Don't do that. That's boring. Go nuts. Life is short.